Because usually they introduce a move that would completely crush anything that it goes up against that has
Right.
its advantage against it. So you get a shield or you have the move charged up enough, then you can go in and quickly knock them down before they can knock you down. PvP in a nutshell.
Yeah. Oh.
And Pokemon Go decides to tweet something else right now.
Yeah, I just looked at it. It's just saying, who would you pick between Porygon and Caterpie?
Okay. Only Porygon comments. Let's see. Real time. Oh, still nothing else yet.
I don't see the Caterpie Cowboy Hat Caterpie response yet. They're slacking.
Yeah, they must be sleeping.
Thought that was an auto response. I thought that was a bot.
Oh, we got someone else. Caterpie, but with cowboy hat. Someone responded 26 seconds.
Of course.
And a 25-seconder.
I found him. There he is. Cowboy Hat Caterpie. Yeah. Caterpie, please.
I mean, the community support people do watch everything that gets posted, and I'm sure half of them do read them and then take how many votes on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, Cowboy Hat Caterpie. Do we need more hats in Pokemon Go? I don't.
No, I'm tired of hats.
So, speaking of, there was a great post by Pokemon Go. It was by the Pokemon Company, and they posted a silhouette of a Pokemon, and I think it was Pikachu or something like that.
Okay.
And Pokemon Go responded to it and said, can't really tell, but it could definitely use a hat. And I was just so mad but happy at the same time. I was like, yes, completely. I also hoard hat Pokemon, but still, it's a little much. I did clear out a good 70 different type hat Pikachus from my inventory probably before GoFest happened. I still have at least like 200 of them. Just weird sentimental reasons, different years, different hats. I had a Pikachu with a party hat on my birthday, so that was one I was definitely keeping. And yeah, random other stuff too.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of weird sentimental whatevers.
Yeah.
Weird sentimental Pokemons.
Huh?
Birthday guys. Weird time shinies. Look like trip hundos, all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah, there's some people that really look for those weird time shinies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the ones that were only available for like an hour or two.
Like when they accidentally released a shiny Abra at Pokemon Go Fest like 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then those people were mad that they finally released Shiny Abra for a community day, and they're like, oh, now my shiny's not special. You broke the game. It happened.
It still has a date stamp. Like, get over it.
Yeah, exactly. Which right now they need to fix the bug, because I can't see any of the locations on my Pokemon because it's an iPhone. And the last update took away the location stamp, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
I caught
when you don't know.
I caught a Rayquaza when I was invited to a raid in Brazil.
Okay.
So I had to make sure that I labeled it that way I didn't end up transferring it.
And that actually transferred, yeah.
Yeah. Which system of voting do you like better? Twitter or the original voting style they had?
One of the original one, they just had them like you could catch them at certain times.
No. It was 2 days of field research.
Oh, that's right. That was field research. Yeah, not catching them.
So a lot of the people that were out and about, I remember it was for Rhyhorn. They were like, okay, there's Rhyhorn at this Pokestop, this Pokestop, this Pokestop. Go.
Yeah.
If you're looking to vote for anything else, find it yourself. You're good.
I don't know. I mean, any way they do it is going to put limitations on somebody, and it's going to be the, if you're not close to a Pokestop and you're like, oh, I wanted Rhyhorn, and everyone you spun wasn't Rhyhorn, and you may only have access to 6 stops and you can't vote. But
True.
But then again, if you don't have a Twitter, which I know a lot of people don't, you don't get a voice, or there's no, like, hey, I worked really hard. I got 26 votes for Rhyhorn. Now I can only vote once.
Yeah.
So again, there's no perfect system.
Yeah, it's a little tricky because, granted, yeah, certain locations with more Pokestops have more of a voice, but then again, that's because they're the ones that are actually playing more, getting those stops added, or actually interacting with all those extra points, which gives Niantic players time in game, which I think is a metric that they watch, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, it allows for people to be more vested in playing the game as opposed to making a bunch of Twitter accounts because you want something else.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm sure we'll possibly go back to that or something, meeting in the middle after we not quarantine out and all that again. So,
somebody's going to retweet it to a couple thousand followers and be like, ha, 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 vote for Caterpie.
Yeah.
And you're going to get a couple hundred votes against for Caterpie that way. And again, there's no perfect way.
Yeah. Well, luckily, the unfaithful people to Pokemon left after the summer of 2016, so...
Yeah, this is true.
So we just deal with some of the jerks that stuck it out or came back halfway through, other stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Somewhat of a crazy idea.
Okay.
But the Augmental idea kind of melds together with this. For the results screen to change up so that you can actually see, like, what number of Pokemon you caught, like, what number of that type you caught. That way you can see your medal status as well. Because in some cases, people just completely miss it if they're doing the catch... What's the name? The quick catch method, which kind of an exploit, but not really. Especially considering that they have the Go Plus and gotchas and stuff like that.
And it's been in the game for so long now that they wanted to get rid of it, they would have.
Yeah, hopefully they keep it.
I feel like quick catch has been in the game for over a year now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, they fixed the Rememballs glitch, as I called it. But you used to be able to use a Pokeball or use a Great or Ultra Ball, and it will still stay there for the next Pokemon.
Yeah, for the next encounter.
So for a community
like
that, you could catch with Ultra Balls nonstop, and you could save your Pokeballs for other stuff.
Yeah.
But it messed with the system, and the Go Plus and other things would show that it used an Ultra Ball, but it actually didn't. So it messed with a lot of graphical issues. So a lot of people were really mad about, I lost Ultra or Great Balls, and you really didn't.
It really didn't. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
But yeah, so they're gonna squeaky wheel gets through oil. So with that, I kind of feel like they don't give that type of information out because it would give players more information into how to get shinies.
Yeah.
Because I kind of have this theory that it's based off of. There's a few things that I can barely confirm myself, but it's always the type metal, the catch metal, and then a mix between the Pokeball or the Pokédex, the Pokédex
Okay.
catch, and the Pokédex run.
Okay.
So if you end up being like, I feel as though the digits all count. So like if you're, let me get the exact information. So basically, when I caught my shiny Houndour on Sunday, I took a picture of the dark metal
Okay.
and the fire metal. And the dark type metal was 3615, fire metal was 3285. Both ended in 5. My current catch, that was after I had caught it, which meant it was even numbers before that.
Okay.
And it was also my last 3 digits was 371 for my catch metal. So both my catch metal, dark metal, and fire metal both ended in an odd number. Well, they both ended in an even number, and that one was the odd number.
Gotcha. Ooh, that is a
for Houndour was 668, and the caught was 386, which those both were even, which then meant that when I caught it, it then became the odd number.
right. I got you.
So 4 out of the things were the odd number in the last digit. And I believe I had caught the Houndour at 11:19.
Okay.
So that's just one of the things that I have like an ongoing theory on, that I don't catch that much. I don't have that many things running in the background that I can actually watch each catch and measure each thing.
Right.
But I feel as though 5 things being odd as their last digit played a factor into me catching that Houndour shiny. Because other times, what was it now? Because some people, like, some people have all the shiny luck.
Yeah.
They catch nonstop shinies. And it could just be that their numbers work out better. That they don't have as many Pokemon running from them as other people might. Or if they're always catching.
Okay.
A few players in my local community that their main strategy is you catch everything. Catch 100% of the things. Because it affects it in some way. So if nothing's running from you from a Go Plus or anything like that, then you're always catching, so your catch to run ratio is going to be even.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
From that theory in there. And the other part of the theory says that the other numbers in that number play some factor in there.
Okay.
But I can't find a good enough connection to it.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of data to try to track every time.
Yeah.
I just caught that shiny Meowth, so I'm looking at it right now. Mm-hmm. Hold on, I just lost it. All right, so my scene is 410, and my caught is 201. So this would have been 409 for when it was before I encountered the shiny. It would have been 409 and 200. And then my normal, well, you see my normal metal? Is that the other thing where?
Mm-hmm.
Look at my normal metal. Normal metal was at 12,853 when I encountered him. 54 now that I caught him.
Okay. And what's your catch medal at?
My full on. Which one? Which catch medal?
The full catch medal for account. The last 2 digits. You know, like your 40,000, 60,000 Pokemon caught.
Yeah, I'm trying to. This
They
one.
have it. It's under collector, I believe, or it's actually under total activity up towards your journal and style button.
Pokemon caught. All right, so the last 2 digits would have been 43.
4-3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you had 3 out of it. So
Nope, I lied. It would have been because I caught 2 more after that.
So
a Dweeble and an Oshawott. So it would have been 4-1.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe the 0 doesn't count. Maybe that's what always throws me off.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I was considering 0 to be an even number. I don't know. Anyway, it's bad math happening this time of night. But but I think that if they were to introduce that, then it would give more information to players that they weren't thinking about. So it would help them discover the shiny algorithm instead of just saying 1 out of 450, because 1 in 450, you're going to see and encounter enough even and odd types for all of that, as well as even out your medals usually.
Yeah.
Because I had always noticed that I would end up anytime there was an event and there was actually a dual type Pokemon on, if I caught both of them, I never got the shiny. But if I focused one of them, then I would get the shiny. Because my catch medals didn't distance themselves.
Right.
Just some weird thoughts. But I think even if they did figure out a way to still disguise it or not introduce all the information that would give it away, it would still allow for players to be more engaged with the catch screen, which, once again, 90% of people
skip right through.
They skip through it the same way that they don't even enable the music anymore.
Yeah, I haven't had the music on since 2016.
Well, I turn it on from time to time to hear the night music, as well as sometimes for the Team Rocket music.
Yeah, I've turned it on to hear like specific music that's like towards an event, or like, oh, we're doing the spooky music from the
Halloween event.
The Halloween event. I was like, oh, cool, I'll turn it on here. And then
yeah. But yeah, the other thing that they could possibly do if they were to introduce that is give an extra encounter on that screen for taking a snapshot with that Pokemon right away. So basically, you catch a Pokemon, you take an AR snapshot, and then you could encounter that Pokemon again. You can encounter another Pokemon again of either that type or that species, depending on what it is. Obviously, people don't want dinos or Gibbles spawning right away. But it would be I think it would be a more engaging way to get people to interact with it, as well as give another option for them to take a picture with their Pokemon that they could be proud of, or a quick reminder of it that won't bug out and make you lose the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because quite
Oh, yeah, true.
often you don't want to take that AR photo that you're so excited
Right.
to take that Pokemon with, because it might just run away from you.
Yeah. Just bug out and be gone.
Mm-hmm. Then again, 2 clicks later, you are at the Pokemon screen, and you can then take a snapshot there.
Yeah, but it behaves differently. So,
Yeah.
like, you don't get the
Right.
actual attack animation. You can't get attack animation in the AR.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. It's a lot more tame, as to be expected.
Yeah.
There for
Yeah.
a photo, you've already captured it. But
I
yeah,
don't think they jump either. I could be
no,
wrong. It's been a while
they
since I
do,
messed
like,
around with AR.
if you tap, it does some animation, but it's not exactly the same. Yeah, like
Yeah.
flying
It's
Pokemon.
kind of like, I thought it was the same animation if you tap on them, like, in their inventory screen. Like, if you're in your,
I
you're
mean,
in
it
your
sounds about right.
Pokemon storage and you're looking at a specific Pokemon, you tap on it and he goes, Pikachu, and he does this little flip and...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was trying to get them to introduce that type of Pokemon, a Pokemon with a special AR attack to happen in a Pokemon nest.
Okay.
That way it would incentivize people to go back to nest and catch a Pokemon there.
Yeah.
Because quite often you get the same boring Pokemon, or some of them don't even show up because it's not that good of a nest.
Yeah.
But if
Sometimes it's real tough to figure out what that nest is if it only has,
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
5 or 6 spawn points in the whole entire thing. It's not very big.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, well, there's been a bunch of 6 different Pokemon, but I can't figure out which one's which. Like,
Yeah.
which one's the nest Pokemon? I mean, sometimes it is obvious, like,
Yeah. But
other times,
quite simply, they could just add an extra bubble on there, like they usually do for anything else. Like if it were shiny or had a weather bonus,
right?
it could be a nest bonus.
Little, yep.
Where you take a AR picture with this Pokemon and it may have a special animation happen.
That'd be cool.
I was even thinking you just introduce a single quest line on there. That way it has like a special interaction like Jirachi and Mew and all of them had. Because Jirachi got
too.
up by a bunch of Pokemon in the background. Mew went
yeah. Invisible and
Celebi had this awesome green graphic animation go on with it, which I kept that one around for a while and then took a picture in my backyard, and the picture came out great. So
cool.
And it's still an AR photo. Yeah, and with that extra way to spawn a Pokemon, like if you take a picture of that Pokemon right away afterwards, it could have a chance to spawn another of that Pokemon, like a what's the name? Like an SOS in the main series game.
Okay. Yeah.
So you get that extra interaction. It's seen as an SOS, so that Pokemon comes to its rescue, and it could be a new way to shiny hunt. Because there's a lot of people that shiny hunt in the main series game, or they get the most attention because they're the ones still playing the game after a year after it's released.
Yeah.
But it's still something to reinvigorate some players. Especially if you're looking for a certain Pokemon, a certain shiny.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you live in an area where, like, if it does nest and you're like, I don't see it's. I had to go a good click to see consistent water spawns.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it really, for me, I had to go down to the beach. And that's 25, 30 minutes, and now walking on the boardwalk, whatever. Like, to get just a flood of a flood of water spawns. But if I find like a Magikarp nest, I'd be like, oh, dope. Or I remember when the community center was a Wilmer. Wilmer nest. I farmed that bad boy. I was like, oh, I'm getting a Wailord. It's going to be ridiculous. This is happening, and I did, and it was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't wasn't as big as I wanted it to be in gyms.
There's still a few bugs where it shows up that big, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully that's part of the whole Nest update, or the one of the many main features that they're going to reiterate and refurbish in 2021. That way they get back to the basics and just re-implement things that have the potential to be really groundbreaking.
Yeah.
But they're not as strong because it's hidden in the background and you can't fully tell.
Yep.
And it relies on a lot of crowdsourcing. And there's not enough of a reward for it for the time being. I remember I added a few Pokestops to a park before.
Mm-hmm.
And it then created 2 gyms in that location. Actually, that was the second park I had done that to. This one park, Corson Park, near me, it was this nice little park, had a nice little water feature in the middle, playground, tennis court, all of that. And I go in there and I'm like, this is really nice. Why are there no Pokestops?
Yeah.
So I found a few things. Turns out a S2, it was dead center to a quadrant of S2 cells.
Oh.
So I ended up adding 4 Pokestops.
Okay.
Of which I added to 2 sections to the top left, and one of them became a gym.
Nice.
I added 2 to the top right. No, I didn't do the top right. I did 2 to the bottom right. And one turned into a gym, other one stayed a stop. And then I added another one, and then the Pokestop that was across the street turned into a gym.
Okay.
So I essentially added 3 gyms to this one park.
One little area.
Yeah.
I love when that works out. You know, the church near here has that same where it kind of sits in the corner of a couple different cells, and it just 3 gyms, like boom, 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 right next to each other.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it works out.
Yeah, the other one I added 2 Pokestops to it. One became a gym. The other one made another one into a gym. But from adding that other Pokestop there, it made it into a nest.
Okay.
So it turned out to be a Shuppet nest at the time. So I'm visiting the new Pokestops I made, seeing the Shuppets that are there, and I'm like, okay, catch 1, catch 2, catch 3, and then the 4th one was shiny.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, this is the best nest ever. Come over here, everybody. Enjoy.
Bask in my glory. Look what I've done.
So how has the Unova week been going for you?
Not terrible. Snagged a couple of the new guys, rock and roller for me. Cottony. Still looking for Buffalant since we're in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the what's his name? The little flying squirrel.
Emolga. Nice.
I snagged him. So I just need the one, whatever the other plant one is.
Did you get Cottony? Did you get the puffball?
Yeah, I got the puffball. Cottony.
Oh, so the other one was Levany? Or maybe that's the evolution form.
I know what he looks like. I can't remember what his name is. But I haven't really played a ton. Just been
Flugenheimer. What the hell did I just do? Oh.
What's it over? Next coming Friday, or?
It technically ends Friday, yeah, at 1 p.m. PST time. And haven't released any information at the time of recording. So who knows exactly what's going to happen?
Yeah, like what's going to happen when it rolls? Oh, because it's super bonus, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it was the ultra bonus. So Unova week was the last one.
Right.
And after that, no other information has been released.
Okay.
They usually do a big reveal for information, like the last week and a half of a
Right.
because they're going to talk about the next research breakthrough, which maybe it's too soon, maybe it's enough time, or maybe we'll actually have a break for the end of August and they won't have any events because everyone's going to be burnt out or something.
Yeah.
Not sure. Yeah, I found one Emolga. I've been trying to find any Cottony I can. That way I could try and use it in my Sorcerer Cup, but it didn't work out, and still haven't found a good PvP one. Because it's a Grass Fairy type, so it's a little iffy. I think it holds pretty well in PvP in general. Because I think technically Fairy type gets less damage from fire. But that was just a random thing I wanted to try out, and still haven't found anything too crazy with that. No shinies yet for this event. Not for lack of trying. I still need a Genesect. Shiny, that is. And what else was it? Yeah, I guess that was basically it.
Yeah, I think my first shiny of the event was the Meowth I caught right before we started recording.
Oh, right.
Don't.
Yeah. Did you have Team Rocket there, or?
No, it was just a regular Meowth.
Oh, okay.
Random Meowth one. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I don't think I've gotten anything else this week.
Okay.
Except for I caught a Houndour on makeup, whatever the makeup time was, and
Oh, you did too?
yeah, that's the only one I got. But I don't on the actual Go Fest, so I wasn't super concerned about it. I was like, it's just a bonus, extra, catch a couple extra guys that
Yeah. Well, yeah. In essence, it was an extra 30 rare candy that you got from it, too.
Yeah, for real.
Which I was hoping that it would be unlimited gift opening again. That way we all could restock, but I guess not.
Yeah. Biggie.
I don't think I got anything groundbreaking for PvP from the makeup event. But, yeah, it was something. But just like Go Fest, if you didn't have a lot of Pokestops and incense rolling, you weren't getting too much, so.
Yeah, I had incense going. I'd just I'd play for 20 or 25 minutes, and then I'd take a break and pop in and see what was around, and then check a couple incense spawns, and then bounce back out, do something else.
Yep.
Come back and do it again. So I didn't try all that hard, but
yeah, it happens. So the other thing with Unova Week, it released the new regional for the U.S.
Yep. I think a smidge of Canada, or is it just U.S.?
Albany, New York is like the tippy top spot where it can fit in. But it seems like it goes all the way to almost Washington, D.C., top of Virginia, almost. So we can basically call it a Beast Coast exclusive.
Yeah, pretty much. Which is just odd, but whatever.
I mean,
like if it's based on the Buffalo, why is it in the Northeast? It should be a Midwest. It should be a Midwest regional. But hey, whatever. I'll take it because it's one I can actually get a hold of.
I can't fully say exactly why. It might have been like population based. Like
maybe because of the city Buffalo.
I was thinking of it too. Yeah.
No, it doesn't spawn in Buffalo. Buffalo's too far east.
Okay,
I mean, too far west. So I don't know.
How have you started complaining about that yet?
That shoots my theory down.
Yeah, it said New York City. So
New York City.
New York City and the surrounding area were the main
Yeah.
things for it. So the exact thing, I don't know.
Yeah. New York City, famous for its buffalo.
Maybe for their buffalo wings. Maybe that's where
No.
they're going with that.
Then why is buffalo not part of it?
Well, buffalo wings aren't made out of buffalo, so
No, I mean the city of Buffalo.
yeah, I know. Well,
Who knows?
I'm sure there's a lot of cities or towns of buffalo or other animals and stuff like that that Niantic wouldn't have been able to accommodate them for that. They were probably just going for like big touristed areas.
Yeah.
That way, maybe they based it off of international airports. That could have been something. So
That's possible.
there's a lot of international airports near there. I think Carnivine is like Atlanta and Georgia, that type of area, because
Yeah.
they're known for their carnivorous plants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Blah. Blah. Blah.